In this lecture, we will study operational amplifier. In short, it is known as OP amp, operational amplifier. An OP amp is basically a differential amplifier with two inputs. One input is known as inverting, another input is known as non-inverting, and it has one output. Op amp is called operational amplifier because in earlier days it is used in the analog computers to perform some mathematical operations such as addition, that is summing, differentiation, integration and inversion, etc. An op amp is basically a very high gain direct coupled amplifier with high input impedance and low output impedance. Op amp is represented by this symbol. Here we can find two inputs, that is V1 and another input is V2, and it is having two supply voltages. One is called plus VCC, another one is called minus VEE, and we have one output, that is VO. Here we can observe the input V1 is connected to negative terminal and the input V2 is connected to positive terminal. That is, here input V1 is known as inverting input and V2 is known as non-inverting input. That is, V1 is inverting input whereas V2 is non-inverting input. V1 is called inverting input because suppose if you give the input voltage, this one, to the inverting input, it will produces the output which appears like this. That is, there is a 180-degree phase shift from input and output. We have another input, that is non-inverting input. That is, if we apply the input like this to the non-inverting input terminal, it produces the output of same phase. That is, there is no phase shift from the input to the output, or there is no phase shift between input and output. So this input is known as non-inverting input. In op amp, the word amplifier is nothing but which will amplify the input signal. As here we can observe, if we apply this input to the inverting input terminal, it produces 180-degree phase shift and the output is amplified version of the input. Similarly, if we apply input to the non-inverting terminal, the output it produces which is amplified version of the input signal. Generally, the operational amplifier will amplify the difference of the input voltages. That is, suppose Vd is the difference between the input voltages V1 and V2. That is, if Vd is difference input, that is Vd is equal to V2 minus V1. Therefore, the operational amplifier will amplify the difference of the input voltages, that is Vd is equal to V2 minus V1. So the output of op amp is given by Vo is equal to A into V2 minus V1. Here Vo is the output voltage, A is known as, that is open loop voltage gain of the op amp. We can call it as open loop voltage gain. Here V2 minus V1, because the V2 is connected to positive terminal and V1 is connected to negative terminal, so we supposed to write the difference voltage as V2 minus V1. If we consider V1 here and V2 here, in that case we supposed to write Vd as V1 minus V2, that is positive minus negative. So here in another diagram we can observe the internal diagram of op-amp. Here we can observe there is a resistance between these two terminals. This resistance is known as Ri, which is nothing but input resistance or input impedance of op-amp. Thus there exists a resistor between two terminals, which I have not shown here, as symbol of op-amp is represented like this, but internal structure of op-amp may look like this, where there is a resistance between these two terminals, and that resistance is known as Ri, or internal or input resistance. For ideal op-amp, the input resistance value, that is Ri, will be infinity. It means that the value of Ri or input resistance is very high. Here we can observe the output resistance Ro, which is connected in series with the output voltage, and we have a dependent voltage source here. The value of this voltage source is A into V2 minus V1. So here we can observe that if Ro value is less, then we can get Vo is equal to A into V2 minus V1. That is nothing but the output voltage of op-amp, that is Vo equal to A into V2 minus V1. If we consider very high output impedance, then definitely Vo value will not be equal to A into V2 minus V1, as if this value is very high, no current flows through this resistor. That's why the output voltage will be 0. For this reason, the output impedance of op-amp must be very less, or for ideally it will be 0 ohm. Whereas the input impedance of op-amp, that is Ri, must be infinity, that is very high value. Ideal characteristics of op-amp or operational amplifier: infinite input impedance, that is Ri is equal to infinity. As I have shown in previous slide, that here we have the input impedance between these two terminals, that is Ri. For ideal op-amp, this value will be infinity. It means that it does not allow the current to flow from V1 towards V2. Because of very high input impedance, no current draws or flows from terminal 1 to terminal 2. That is, therefore, the ideal op-amp has infinite input impedance. That is, the ideal op-amp does not draw any current from the voltage sources. Zero output impedance, that is Ro, is equal to 0. As I have shown in the internal structure of op-amp, here we have a resistor. This resistor is known as output impedance or output resistance. Its value supposed to be 0. If its value is 0, then because of no resistance, the entire current will flow. Therefore, Vo will be equal to A V2 minus V1, which is nothing but the output voltage of operational amplifier. So, the output impedance of op-amp should be 0, that is Ro equal to 0. The output voltage of an ideal op-amp is independent of current drawn from it. The third characteristic is infinite voltage gain, that is A is equal to infinity. That is, open loop voltage gain of an ideal op-amp is infinity. Here we can see the output voltage expression of op-amp, that is Vo is equal to A into V2 minus V1. This can be written as Vo equal to A into Vd, where Vd is the difference voltage. Vd is equal to V2 minus V1. For ideal op-amp, the Vd will be essentially 0. If this value is 0, then we can write A is equal to Vo by Vd, If Vd value is 0, then definitely A value will be infinity. Therefore, the ideal op amp has infinite open loop voltage gain, that is A is equal to infinity. Next we have infinite bandwidth. This implies that an ideal op amp can amplify any signal of frequency from 0 to infinity without attenuation. The next characteristic is perfect balance. If equal voltages are applied to both the inputs of an ideal op amp, its output voltage is 0. Thus, it has perfect balance. As we know, VO is equal to A into V2 minus V1. So, if we apply the equal voltage, if V1 and V2 voltages are same, then the difference will be 0. If the difference is 0, then the output voltage will be 0. Thus, it has a perfect balance. The next characteristic is common mode rejection ratio. The common mode rejection ratio, that is CMRR, is equal to infinity. Ideal op amp has infinite CMRR. That is, if certain unwanted signal like a noise signal is present in both input signals, then output due to this noise signal is 0. It means that, as we know, op amp has got two input terminals. One input is inverting input, another one is non-inverting input, that is V1 and V2. If at V1 and V2, if there exists any unwanted signal like noise signal, then op amp will reject such kind of signals. Therefore, the op amp has infinite CMRR. Slew rate, it must be infinity, that is, it is defined as maximum rate at which op amp output can change. The next characteristic is zero power supply rejection ratio, that is PSRR, power supply rejection ratio of ideal op amp is 0. PSRR means the output voltage is 0 when power supply VCC is equal to 0. As I said, the op amp has got dual power supply VCC and VE. If VCC is 0, then output must be 0. That is, in ideal op amp, if power supply is 0, then definitely output will be 0. That is, power supply rejection ratio is 0. The next characteristic is zero offset voltage. That is, when input voltages are 0, the output voltage will also be 0. As we know, VO is equal to A into V2 minus V1. If input voltage is 0, output must be 0. The next characteristic is the characteristic of an ideal op amp is independent of temperature. The ideal op amp is not dependent on, or the characteristic of ideal op amp is not dependent on temperature. Now let's see the virtual ground concept, a very important concept in op amp with respect to the applications of op amp. Let's study virtual ground concept. Virtual ground concept is very important concept in operational amplifier. While analyzing the operational amplifier, we should consider the virtual ground concept. We know that the output voltage of operational amplifier VO is given by VO is equal to A into V2 minus V1. As we know, A is open loop gain of operational amplifier and V2 minus V1 is, if we consider V2 as non-inverting input and V1 as inverting input, then the difference between these two is known as difference voltage, that is Vd, where Vd is equal to V2 minus V1. We know that the operational amplifier will amplify the difference voltages, and we know we can represent now output equation as VO is equal to A into Vd. Already we studied that the ideal op amp has got open loop voltage gain A is equal to infinity. So therefore now I can write Vd is equal to Vo divided by A. That is, now I can, or I can write it as A is equal to Vo divided by Vd, and we know that the open loop voltage gain of op amp is infinity. This A value will get infinity when Vd value will be very less. That is, if Vd is equal to 0, then definitely A will be infinity. That is, Vd is equal to 0. We know that Vd is nothing but V1 minus V2. Voltage is equal to 0. It means that if difference voltage Vd is equal to 0, it indicates that the terminal V1 and V2 are shorted. This is short circuit. In another way, we said that the input impedance of operational amplifier is infinity. If Ri is infinity, then it does not allow any current to flow from negative terminal, that is from one terminal to another terminal. But in this case, as I said, these two terminals are shorted because Vt is 0. If this path is shorted, then it is non-resistance path. It means the entire current will flow from V1 towards V2. There is a flow of current from V1 to V2, but in this case there is no flow of current from V1 terminal to V2 terminal. Therefore, it is said that these two terminals are not actually grounded, but these two are virtually grounded. This is the virtual ground concept of op amp. Therefore, I can say V1 is also equal to V2, because V1 minus V2 is equal to 0. It means V1 is equal to V2. It means that in a given operational amplifier, say this is V1 terminal and this is V2 terminal. If it is inverting terminal, if it is non-inverting terminal, if V2 point is grounded, then according to this equation, that is V1 is equal to V2, then indirectly V1 is also grounded because of virtual ground concept. Similarly, if say this is VO, this is V1 terminal and this is V2 terminal, if some voltage is applied to say non-inverting terminal of op amp, that is V2, some voltage Vi is applied. So in this case, according to this equation, that is V1 is equal to V2. So as V2 is equal to Vi, in this case even V1 is also equal to Vi. Therefore V1 is also equal to Vi because of virtual ground concept. Thus we can conclude that with respect to virtual ground concept, the voltage which is applied to one terminal, the same voltage is indirectly applied to another terminal. Thank you for watching.